you disagree with any of this, because if you do, you hate gay people. I don't think this is about gay people in any way. I don't think it's even about sex. I think it's about controlling the most intimate decisions in your family.
Yeah, it's who controls it and who benefits from that control, Tucker. You know, one of the things that's often unsaid here is that one of the biggest donors to the Democratic Party are, of course, the big pharma companies. Who benefits when parents are not allowed to make decisions regarding their kids when it comes to chemical castration? Who benefits when doctors are pressured to give these medicines to 7, 8, 9-year-old kids? Well, of course, the pharmaceutical industry that gives a lot of money to the Democrats. And I think actually Republicans need to take a page from Trump's playbook here. Remember when he went after the insulin companies for making insulin too expensive? We need to say to these pharmaceutical companies, you don't get a free right to experiment on our children. Right?
Exactly.
It's insane that even needs to be said, but
unbelievable too.
It's such a good point. And the same puppets of Big Pharma in the Biden administration, who 3 months ago were telling us you have no choice but to take pharma's products, are now telling us you have no right to have any say in whether your kids take them. So it's like politicians can control whether you take the drugs, now they're not allowed to control. Like, what's the standard?
They broke all
The standard is
standards.
clearly whatever's in the best interest of Democrat values, whether those are your values or not, and whatever's in the best interest of the profits of these companies.
The
who
people
donate to
who's
Democrats.
paying them all the
What I think
money.
is so preposterous about this moment is that, on the one hand, the Democrats are actually advocating to teach about sexuality and crazy gender theory to 7-year-old children. And on the other hand, they get offended if we throw around terms like groomer to push back against it. It's like, look, if you don't want to be called a groomer, don't try to sexualize 6 and 7-year-old children. It's really that simple.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, like you said, this is about parental rights. What kind of a country do we want to live in? Where families control what values their children grow up
Exactly.
in, or where Joe Biden and the pharmaceutical companies get to do that?
I'd fucking move.
I think 90% of Americans, what kind of country they'd like to live in.
I don't
Exactly.
understand where the men are. Like, where are the dads?
Exactly.
You know? Some teachers pushing sex values on your third grader.
Oh,
Why are you
I'd
going to
fucking
trash
be
the teacher?
knocking
It's
some
an Asian
people out,
government
man.
Pushing someone else's values on your kid about
No.
sex. Like, where's the pushback?
Well, one of the crazy things we know, Tucker, is that this is hidden from parents. And I agree with you. There should be a ton of pushback. I'm a father of 3 young kids, and I would get enraged if I found out this was happening at my kids'
absolutely.
school. But you hear all these crazy things about, 5-year-old kids going to school as boys, but then they go into the magical closet and they come out as their gender affirming identity. Of course, that has nothing to do with the crazy lunatic who's pushing them on them. Of course, we're led to believe, of course, it's all coming from 5-year-old children. So one of the things we're learning, Tucker, is that this is being forced by some of these really radical teachers, and they're hiding it from the parents. That's maybe the most pernicious part.
Exactly.
J.D. Vance, running for Senate, state of
Motherfucker,
Ohio.
man,
Congress
I would.
next month.
Oh,
Good luck.
God.
Thank you.